Hi guys, make sure you guys subscribe and make sure you guys turn on the bell so you guys can get notified every single time I post. Today we're talking about why is it so hard to let go without closure. Usually when you fall out with someone or you stop talking to someone, the right thing to do is to get closure so then you can actually move on and heal properly. But sometimes we don't get the chance to actually get closure, and that's okay. I came to realization that you don't always need closure. Sometimes closure is distance, meaning just fading away with time and moving on your own pace. You don't have to have a conversation with someone in order for it to be closure. Sometimes you just need that space. And for me, space sometimes gives closure because it's like, if you're not in my life, there's a reason why you're not in my life. Even if the answers or whatever that person is going to say might not heal you, it's like you need to have that conversation with the person. But I feel like even when you have the conversation with a person, like someone may not be mature enough to actually give you the answer that you actually need. Sometimes when you want closure, you want to hear a specific thing from that person, and sometimes the person's not mature enough to tell you that certain thing that you want. So I feel like it's not even worth having closure with a person if they're not mature enough, or if they're not going to give you a valid reason to why they did what they did or why they decided to cut you off or whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you guys just fall out and their answers won't heal you. I think it will just make it worse. Your mind wants certainty, not peace. Closure feels necessary because your brain wants to understand what went wrong. But understanding doesn't always bring peace. Sometimes it just reopens the wound. You sit there, try to replay conversations, hoping that it will make sense, and sometimes the person will not give you the answer that you want or the answer that you're looking for. The more you chase closure, the more you stay emotionally connected to the situation. Healing usually starts when you stop trying to get answers from the person that hurt you. You think one last conversation will help, but it only pulls you back in. Real closure comes from acceptance, not explanations. It's you deciding that you don't need the full story to move on. You have to create closure by choosing yourself. Sometimes you have to accept the situation as is and move on with your life. You create closure by choosing yourself. I realized that closure is not something that someone gives you. It's something you decide. Sometimes closure is you accepting the reality, you seeing them as who they are. Closure is when you decide you're done. I feel like closure is when you decide to stop waiting, stop fishing for answers, and stop giving people the benefit of the doubt. I feel like sometimes when you give people benefit of the doubt, you start hurting yourself because you start to get disappointed. It's not worth it. So closure is something that you decide. I feel like whenever you're done is when you're done. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just have to turn the page. I hope you guys learned something from this video. Comment down below something that you guys learned. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next. Bye.